Hold on to your wigs, lock up your prenuptial agreements, and give Yandy a stress ball. Because what I'm about to reveal is so toxic that even Mona Scott Young might need a hazmat suit. Mendeecees Harris, Mr. I've changed, Mr. Reformed Family. Man, Mr. Loyalty is everything, and he allegedly outdid himself in the cheating Olympics. And this time, he might have fertilized it. That's right, Jasmine is allegedly pregnant again. And guess who's being called the twist that will make your hair stand up is that Yandy discovered the same thing the rest of us did. Through a Tasha K live stream and a leaked OB file covered in pink highlighter and drama glitter. Now Yandy is snapping, throwing phones, canceling deals, and allegedly confronting Mendy in a scene so explosive that the H1 producers required therapy afterwards. How did this train wreck unfold? And who is telling the truth? And did Mendeecees actually use funds intended for youth mentoring to finance his side project? Oh, you're not ready, but press play anyhow, because this scandal is just getting started and the stakes are high. Let's talk about betrayal, not just any betrayal. He liked his ex's Instagram post because it was a level 10 soap opera that wrote itself and threw his belongings in the street at midnight. Sanity is hanging by a lace front. So how did we get here? Oh, it took years to prepare. It's betrayal, marinated, slow-roasted, and served with a side of how dare you. Let's go back in time, and we remember that Mendeecees wasn't always attempting to cosplay as the Black Mr. Rogers. He was the hustler turned husband in Harlem who turned a prison bid into a redemption arc, making half of Twitter exclaim, "Yandy so strong," while the other half whispered upon his release from prison. He said, "Girl, blink twice if you need help." His words were tight, his suit was tight, and his lies were even tighter. God bless her for her loyalty as she stood 10 toes down, seemingly defending Wakanda. She smiled through the rumors, posed in the shade, and essentially wrote a TED talk on how to keep your man in check while he's out doing whatever it is he's doing. Twist the girl with more scandals than sponsorships if Love and Hip Hop had a Hall of Fame for chaos. Jasmine's portrait would be prominently displayed in glitter and press-on nails. This is nothing new. Jasmine is the same Jasmine who essentially made Kirk Frost a walking meme. Now, let's be clear. Rumors were already brewing when she reappeared in the photo, looking suspiciously quiet and suspiciously glowing. The internet exploded when she went live, revealing receipts and alleged sonogram file, Jasmine's name circled in highlighter like a high school quiz, and a voice note that sounded a lot like Mendeecees whispering, "Relax, baby, I got you. Just don't say nothing yet." Instagram stories like a certain Harlem husband been busy and hoped the Oban got NDA forms. We thought she was reaching, but we thought it was old tea. Twitter became a funeral for Yandy's mental health as tokers were reenacting the drama with wigs and fake baby bumps. Then, according to sources, she was in the middle of a skincare brand meeting when someone DM'd her live. When she clicked game over, insiders by, which we mean a hairstylist's cousin's sister, said she threw her phone across the room and yelled, "I knew it, I knew it." He said he was done with her, but he wasn't. It was just reloading. Meanwhile, Mendy was missing, not posting, commenting, clapping back, or ghosting. One source claims he ran away to his mother's house, while another says he made a last-minute Airbnb reservation under the name D. Loyal. The irony speaks for itself. And Jasmine was too quiet, which only fueled the flames because if it was a fake, wouldn't she be live? Wouldn't she be posting bump selfies and calling Tasha? The fact that Jasmine, who has supposedly been off TV for peace and healing, gets pregnant again by the same man who almost destroyed Yandy's marriage for the first time is either a coincidence or a calculated move. According to sources, Jasmine has been planning for months with a former friend who will call Kie for legal reasons, and that's what she calls herself on Instagram. Kay is a liar with her entire chest instead of crickets. She claims that Jasmine kept 3 different pregnancies. Tessa selected the one with the darkest line and staged the sonogram reveal for max effect. She even allegedly drafted a pitch deck to Mona Scott Young titled Single Mom's Second Chance Spinoff. Can we believe it because of Mendeecees' scandal like Nasi? Stars infinitely exploitable and sponsored by Fashion Nova. TikTok posted a 17-minute tirade titled This Ain't Even the First Test She Took. In the meantime, Yandy is canceling brand shoots, ignoring her glam team, and reportedly issuing NDA warnings as if she's in a legal shootout. However, what's really happening behind closed doors is even more heinous than reheated tea money. According to fan pages, Yandy checked the shared business card account they used for their youth mentorship program and discovered multiple payments to a former accountant who is now unemployed after running her mouth over the blog's claims that Mendeecees used the mentorship fund to send Jasmine Uber credits, Whole Foods orders, and even pay for a birthing suite preview to her. According to a member of the Love and Hip Hop crew, she lost it. It appears that Motherhood Maternity Spa was the recipient of Jasmine D. Was it a coincidence that Mendeecees charging baby massage sessions to the same card he used to buy school supplies for at-risk children? The next morning, Mona sent the crew back for a reconstruction after she stormed past producers in sweats without glam or fury in her eyes, grabbing Mendeecees by the shirt and shouting, "You got her pregnant with my brand's money? Oh, you're going to give birth to out the window." The cameras weren't rolling, but don't worry. As the story gained traction, celebrities began to weigh in. And Erica Mena posted a mysterious tweet that read, "Y'all finally seeing what I saw back when you're dealing with clowns? Loyalty is a one-way street." Remy Ma even added, "Repost a rumor about Sim being under a shade? Remy Ma isn't saying anything? You know it's bad." And that's when Jasmine's silence broke midnight one blurry. IG story, no words, just a flicker of a positive pregnancy test, and the caption say less. "I'm coming." That's it. Fans lost it. And there was no apology or denial, just a digital mic drop #Jasmine the following morning. There were rumors that Mendeecees had hired a lawyer. Not because he had cheated, that was only Wednesday, but because Yandy had allegedly locked him out of the mentorship company server and frozen all of their joint accounts. The kicker is that Jasmine's camp is pushing for a public paternity test. And she allegedly told Mona, "I want the fans to watch that. Eyes. Pregnant #Why Andy deserves peace #men. DC's trust shell, trending all brutal, all dragging the Harris family brand through digital hell. 4K, the stick turns pink. And just like that, VH1 allegedly rented a penthouse in Atlanta, booked Mendeecees, and offered him a check to show up. Producers are calling this the explosive sit-down, and no one saw it coming. We can't look away now, so where were we? Oh, right. Yandy freezing accounts. And Mendeecees seeing cryptic pregnancy test photos that look like the trailer for Scandal the Reboot. And Mendeecees seeing his mother's couch while dodging legal smoke like he's in Grand Theft Auto Baby Mama edition. Let's get right to the chaos, because part 2 is where things really start to fall apart. This is because, as you may recall, there was a leaked rumor that Mona Scott Young was renting out a luxury penthouse in Atlanta, according to an assistant producer who was fired for revealing the information. Both Jasmine and Yandy were invited to what was supposed to be 2 tearful monologues turned into a reality TV ambush of epic proportions when Jasmine arrived, wearing a full glam, full lace front, full balance Saiga hoodie that concealed what may or may not be a second trimester bump. They were told that the film would be solo emotional confessionals, but Mona Sis was acting like a puppet master, and it was her Hamilton moment plot twist. 5 minutes later, Yandy walks in with receipts, a thick manila folder, a lawyer, and allegedly a hidden microphone of her own in case producers tried to edit the truth. She is wearing sunglasses indoors, has no makeup, and her hair is in a messy bun. Her goal was to confront Mendy face to face. And the cameras roll before either woman says anything, and that's when it popped off. According to a leaked audio recording of Mick that is currently in circulation, All over TikTok, Jasmine went to Yandy and said calmly, "Before you start screaming, remember that you married into this and that this baby isn't just his. I'm done protecting this man. I've covered up his lies for years, but not anymore," Yandy stated, going completely silent before slamming her mic into the counter. The crew was in complete disarray when she abruptly left, but don't worry, that moment wasn't wasted because Mona is already in the meantime. Mendy finally reappears after evading BH1 contracts and moral clauses. He went live from a cheap hotel balcony, not from his office, where the way was so weak that you could hardly see his face under those huge sunglasses. He began slowly, saying that he loves his family and that mistakes were made and that private matters were handled improperly. But then, oh Lord, he said the line that went viral online, "I got trapped, but I love all of my kids and I'll take care of them all." Excuse me, but the comment section went crazy. How many kids are there? You mean Yandy's kids, Jasmine's baby, and Wynn's? Hashtag Yummy Kids was trending with memes, mashups, remixes, and even a gospel version of his quote that someone auto-tuned and turned into a whole TikTok dance. But let's get back to the money, because while Jasmine is out there planning her maternity globe, Yandy is fighting for her dignity. An anonymous court clerk read that someone who DM'd the Shade Room from their burner claimed that Olivia Pope met Cardi B's defamation lawyer. The real fire is financial, and Yandy, being the strategic queen that she is, has discreetly put together a legal dream team. She has filed a motion to audit every single joint account connected to Mendeecees, including their family checking accounts, the mentorship nonprofit, their joint podcast brand, and even the shared MX card used to schedule app allegedly discovered, recurring payments under the guise of personal medical services, and confidential care packages. Translation: he was secretly using marital assets to fund Jasmine's pregnancy. If this is proven, it's not just cheating, it's financial fraud. Baby! And if Jasmine's name appears on any business-related expense, Yandy could sue for reimbursement, forfeit assets, and take full control of their nonprofit and podcast properties. Yes, she might actually own the rights to Mendeecees. We're not done yet, though, because the next nuke in this story came from someone no one saw coming. Erica Mena. Erica has been very quiet lately, but when chaos strikes, she responds in full glam, going live with a full beat and a bowl of grapes sitting like a messy Greek goddess. She drops the following gem, and all I can say is, if you knew what Mendeecees said to me while married on set, y'all would delete every Black Love Goals post you've ever made about him. We're at a full triangle, possibly square, and Yandy's team is furious. Her publicist released a statement stating that legal action is being considered for character defamation and that some people are clout chasing with malicious intent, but behind closed doors. Cue panic, cue speculations, cue DMs leaking like a broken tap. One alleged screenshot from 2022 shows Mendeecees messaging. "Erica, if I met you first, this would have been different. You wouldn't be stressing me like Yandy few in the meantime." Oh, Jasmine's team is playing offense, pushing for a public paternity hearing in Atlanta family court with cameras. In a recorded voice note, she stated, "I want it public. If I'm lying, let the world watch it unfold, but if I'm not, everyone's." According to an insider, Yandy's team is allegedly leaning into the chaos by pitching a new narrative: bossed up, betrayed, but back, and a whole new brand centered on healing, business, and rebuilding after betrayal. Going to have to apologize to me. And guess what? Tasha K hasn't done either. She released part 2 of her expos, this time featuring hazy video of Mendy and Jasmine holding hands in an Atlanta hotel lobby. The date stamp was set weeks before Yandy's last family photo shoot. Was it a coincidence? Or was Mendeecees smiling with one family while slinking off to build another? The video is being debated as either deepfake or real, but no one cares because In the court of Mendy is perceived by the public as guilty AF, and Mona isn't wasting this opportunity, according to insiders. They say she has already approved a 3-part reunion special with the working title, Love and Hip Hop DNA, DMs, and Divorce Court. And she's allegedly flying out Tasha K, Jasmine Yandy, Mendeecees, and a mystery witness who says she also had a liaison with Mendeecees during his redemption terra. As the world watches this firestorm burn, the internet is locked in, and something deeper is going on beneath the surface. According to multiple sources, a skincare sponsor has already paused their campaigns. And one partner of a children's product said they are reevaluating reputational risk. This means that Yandy's image as the perfect mother and devoted wife is in jeopardy, and no amount of ring light confessions can fix that overnight. What comes next, and where does this go in? In the third part, Jasmine finally comes forward, and baby, she has receipts. Mendeecees tries to make a comeback but ends up making it worse, and Yandy is about to flip the script, flip the bag, and possibly even flip the entire franchise, because if you believe that this scandal has reached its zenith, you obviously don't understand how reality TV operates. Just when you thought it couldn't possibly go any deeper into the abyss, Jasmine finally breaks her silence. No oi rant, no feeble apology. Sis appears. This isn't just any hey all video. This was Jasmine's redemption arc, and she came ready to shake the table until the legs snapped. Here's what happened in a segment filmed specifically for the upcoming Love and Hip Hop DNA DMs and Divorce Court special. Jasmine sits on a luxurious velvet couch that is softly lit, with a glass of lemon water by her side. In typical Mona Scott Young fashion, the production crew is full of cameras, and her lawyer is walking ahead of her like she's testifying before Congress. She's about to reveal government secrets. And she doesn't let us down, honey. She calmly opens the manila folder she's been carrying around like a Chanel bag in every paparazzi photo leak, and takes out a stack of documents, including records of sultry sin, shadow receipts, cash transfers from Mendy, mentorship fund counties, and more. You read that correctly. She doesn't scream or cry. Instead, she just looks at the camera and says, "This wasn't an accident. It was messy, sure, but it wasn't a mistake." Jasmine claims that this alleged pregnancy was part of a truth moment, and that she remained silent for months to gather evidence because she knew Mendeecees would deny everything. Then she says, "I gave him a chance to come clean, but he didn't. So now he's going to pay me and this baby what we're owed." And the internet explodes, with fans posting side-by-side comparisons of Jasmine's sonograms and Mendy. Seeing baby pictures with Yandy's children as if they're one user conducting their own lab tweets. Let's not play. Even the fetus has Mendy's nose. Yandy, meanwhile, is not only responding, but also taking revenge. She recently filed for a forensic audit of all of their shared bank accounts. She has now filed formal separation papers, not a divorce yet, just to become financially independent and legally protect her personal brand from the mess her husband caused. According to insiders, she is also meeting with 3 major platforms to debut a new solo documentary titled Unbothered Building Without a Man. The tagline reads, "She stood by him in court now, and guess who's allegedly co-producing it? Candy. Burus. Because, of course, she is that woman who smells a bag from across the timeline." But don't get too comfortable, because Mendy sees it in his infinite delusion and tries to control the narrative once more. He jumps on Instagram Live from another undisclosed hotel, appearing as though he hasn't seen the sun. He begins with the typical damage control phrases. "I made mistakes. I was under pressure. I was set up by people I trusted." But then he says, "This ain't about loyalty, it's about legacy, and I'm still building mine." Sir Legacy, you're out here collecting baby mamas like sneaker drops and talking about legacy, which is a clear indication that he isn't ready to let go, even though the video quality is dial-up modem. "Your legacy got," one fan wrote, "receipts and stretch marks rest. You didn't get set up. Another said, just when you think he's finally going to log off, he drops a voice note from Jasmine, allegedly trying to spin it like she wanted clout. All along, that was a bad move because hours later, Tasha K claps back hard and posts a full-blown breakdown video titled Mendy tries to play victim exposed with Jasmine's real voice notes. She pulls out audio files of Jasmine saying, I never wanted his money. I just didn't want to feel like trash. The audience abruptly changes their minds once more. Jasmine is no longer just the side chick. She is now a symbol of survival, betrayal, and reality TV retaliation. Then the legal bombs go off, and Yandy's lawyer files an emergency court motion alleging marital fraud, seeking damages for emotional distress, breach of financial trust, and willful misrepresentation of public image. Yes, she names the mentorship fund once more, claiming that Mendeecees used it to cover Jasmine's rent, prenatal care, and even a gift card to a high-end baby boutique. If this is proven, Yandy could gain complete control of their joint ventures. But Mendeecees could also be subject to IRS scrutiny for allegedly misusing nonprofit funds. Scott Young allegedly filmed every court appearance with the judge's approval for a DOA-style courtroom miniseries. After all, why ruin lives when you can win an Emmy? In the meantime, Erica Mena is back on live streaming with cryptic captions. Like funny how the truth always comes out when you're out of reach. Fans are drawing connections between Erica and the third woman Mendeecees juggling, speculating that she may have saved old text threads in case she ever needed to provide proof. Oh honey, this may not be over, and while Twitter is roasting, Mendy she sees harder than a bet roast special. Reality has officially left the building, but let's talk about the brand fallout. One skincare line dropped her a parenting blog, unfollowed her, and deleted their Power Couple Spotlight feature. Jasmine drops another bombshell when she enters a clinic with cameras and takes a live paternity test on film, according to insiders. The finale will include the entire moment the envelope is opened in front of a live studio audience. According to reports, the lifestyle brand's upcoming partnership with a major retailer has been postponed indefinitely. However, here's the twist. Yandy's team is turning this setback into an opportunity. She is preparing a speaking tour titled Broken, Not Bitter, which will stop at events for women's empowerment, Black business exposes, and even the Breakfast Club for an all. Additionally, Jasmine has reportedly been offered a 6-episode spin-off deal that will focus on healing motherhood and raising a baby bump in the spotlight. In a final twist of Shakespearean proportions, a third woman has come forward. She is a boutique owner from Newark, and she posted a blurry picture of a toddler, claiming that he looks exactly like Mendeecees and that he always says da-da. Receipts, audacity, branding, brilliance. And where's Mendeecees? Rumor has it that he is rebranding as a motivational speaker once more, speaking to troubled youth about accountability, sir. If you don't sit down and apologize to your children in their future therapy bills, here we have 3 women, 1 man, 1 mentorship fund in financial ruin. Numerous court filings, a paternity test that could change everything, and a fandom that is consuming every moment like leftover Thanksgiving food. Is this the end, honey? No, this is just an interval. He sees love in hip-hop. Woo, wow, whether it's real or fake. Mona Scott Young allegedly flew her out the following day because in this universe, loyalty is optional, but scandal is always guaranteed. It's your turn. Phew, if you've survived this whole drama-filled roller coaster, congratulations. Your tea tolerance is officially stronger than Yandy's way signal during a PR disaster. So don't just sit there sipping it like Mona. Don't take notes from this very comment section. He better hope that his legacy includes diaper bags, court, summonses, and a front row seat to his own downfall. No, we want to hear from the real MVPs of messy gossip breakdowns. Tell us, do you think Jasmine's pregnancy was a calculated move or just another chapter in Mendy's never-ending Oops, Baby trilogy? Finally, should Yandy cut her losses, grab her money, and start that boss mom solo tour like a queen rising from the ashes of her husband's direct messages. And let's be honest for a moment. Are we ready for a Mendeecees Baby Daddy Diary spinoff? Or should he simply be banned from Way Women? And please share your most outrageous theories in the comments section. I'm talking about memes, fake screenshots, timelines, TikTok, and so on. We're reading everything. For example, when Jasmine reads those pregnancy tests carefully, the lighting is in full production. When she leaves the studio, Yandy smashes that button harder than she did that. Mick, slap that subscribe because this mess is far from over and the next bombshell is already brewing. Ring that bell like it's Mona's production hotline and you just discovered that your baby daddy is popular. Keep in mind that in the world of hip-hop and romance, loyalty is optional, controversy is eternal, and the next meltdown is always one leaked voice note away. Stay messy, stay curious, and I'll see you at the next explosion because no secret is kept hidden around here.